Hello, hi everyone. I hope all of you are able to see me, hear me. If you can drop a hi, hello, or just a thumbs up in the comment section, then that would be helpful. Okay, I have seen a lot of comments have started coming in. Great, so I can start. Okay, so hello everyone, good evening. I'm so happy to see you all here today. Thank you so much for joining. So, today we will first discuss in brief about the Genia Exchange Hackathon first. We will go through the important timeline so that you do not miss out on any important deadline that is coming. And then we will start with today's workshop, which is on how to deploy a secure MCP server on Cloud. Great. So I'm sure most of you have already, who have attended our previous sessions, they already know about what this program is all about. But for all our new joiners, Genia Exchange Hackathon is the second phase of Genia Exchange program where developers of India can upskill themselves in AI. We invite all the innovators, student and professional developers, startups to leverage Google Cloud's cutting edge AI technology and impact India's future by solving actual real world problems. So, Genia Exchange Hackathon is the second phase of Genia Exchange program where you actually get to build something. And we have some great challenges for both student and professional developers. And for professional developers, we have some of our partners who have contributed to problem statements such as NASCOM, JK Cement, Let's Venture, and Ease My Trip. So it's not just about winning, it's about making a real difference. So make sure you check out all of the problem statements and select the one that resonates with you the most. Now, we want to make sure that your hard work is rewarded. So there are several rewards and benefits as to why one should participate or one should become part of this hackathon. Starting with, which is the most important, to be very honest, is that you will be working on challenges that can actually help people and communities in India. Because if you have gone through the problem statements, you must have realized that the problem statements range from, let's say, mental health or how to analyze startup evaluations better, then agriculture, healthcare as well. So you'll be working on real world challenges, and your solutions can actually bring a change. So that is the topmost like important rewards or benefits of this hackathon, that you get to create an impact. Second is there is a total prize pool of 65 lakhs for top solutions and winners, which is the combined prize pool for both professional and student track. Again, there are separate tracks. For professional developers, there are separate set of problem statements that they have to select. For student developers, there is a separate set of problem statement from which they can select. Each team has to select only one problem statement and submit only one solution. And similarly, for all the professional problem statements or for the professional track, the team should be consised of professionals only, and for students, it should comprise of students only. Then next is you'll get access to hands-on workshops on Google Cloud's latest AI tools and technologies to build your project, just like this one. So on every Wednesday, we have been hosting these workshops on a regular basis. So we'll have one coming next week as well. Then you get to meet and know other developers from across the nation, because we have developers participating from so many states of India who are just as excited about AI and other technologies as you are. So you can join our Discord channel, and you can meet new developers or fellow developers there. You can also form a team there. So you can form a team of up to 1 to 4 members. And so if you are still looking out for team members, maybe you can join the Discord channel, and there you will find other developers who have already participated in this hackathon. Next, something really important, all the deadlines. So the window to register and submission is closing fast. The deadline is 21st of September, which means you only have 10 days left to register and submit your idea. And there will be no further extensions. So don't wait until the last moment and like miss this incredible chance. For all those people who are joining us for the very first time, make sure that you register today to save your spot. And all the people who have already registered or have formed the teams, make sure that you submit your solutions before 21st of September, because there will be no extensions post that. 21st September is the absolute last deadline for registrations, team formation, and prototype submissions as well. So I can give a quick walkthrough of the platform. So one second. Okay. So this is the program hackathon website. So all the important information that we just talked about, for example, rewards and benefits, who can participate, all the sessions and workshops that have been happening, everything is listed here. Then the several phases of the hackathon journey. For example, currently we are in the phase 1 and phase 2 simultaneously. People can register and they can submit their prototypes as well. Then all the problem statements are listed here. For professional track, these are the problem statements that are present here. For student track, if you can just click here, all the problem statements that are there for student developers, they will come here. Once you click on view more, you will get more understanding of what each problem statement is about. Then all the important dates are mentioned here. Again, timeline is a little subjective to change. So some dates might change a little here and there, but the prototype submissions and the registrations are closing on 21st of September. So that is for sure. So make sure that you submit and you register before that. Now for all the requirements, that is what you need to submit. That is also listed here. Along with, there are some FAQs. So if you still have any questions, you can read those, or you can reach out to us at Genia Exchange program support@hackerskill.com. Now, once you register, then this is the dashboard where you land on. So in the roadmap section, all the necessary next steps that you need to take, they will be listed here. For example, I have already registered, but team formation module is still live and I have not yet formed a team. So I can just click here on this button and then go to the team management section. I can also come here from the team management header that is present here, and either I can click on explore public teams, and all the teams which have already been formed in this hackathon, they are listed here. So I can just click on request to join, and a request will be sent to the team leader of that team, and it's up to them if they want to accept or reject my request. And if not, then I can create my own team as well. And if someone has sent me a request to join their team, it will appear here. And if I have sent someone request, then request sent, that will appear here in this tab. Next, if I want to submit my solution, then I can submit here. Again, the exact template that you need to follow for creating the deck or the presentation for your prototype, you can download it from here. Make sure that you follow this template only. Just click here to download, and this will get downloaded. Then fill out all the mandatory fields. For example, select the problem statement. Again, make sure that if you are a student team, you select one of the student problem statements. If you're a professional team, you select one of the professional problem statements. Then a small brief about your solution. What is the main USP of your solution? Then submit the deck that you have created here in the PDF format. And then there are some other questions as well. For example, sharing a video of up to 3 minutes. Make sure that in the video, you include the demo of your prototype. Then share the GitHub repo here of the prototype that you have built, and the working link of your prototype. Again, it should be a simple version of the product or the website or the application that you have built, not the full-fledged product, but at least 2-3 features should be working. Now, in the interaction section, all the online workshops or sessions that we are having, they will be listed here. So you can just attend from here. All the sessions that have already happened, they are also listed here. So if you want to maybe go through one of it again, or maybe want to refresh your memory or anything, you can just watch from here as well. Then in the challenges section, all the problem statements are listed. So this is the entire view of the dashboard. Now coming back to the slides. Great. So that's all that I had about the program. And with that, I'd like to introduce our speaker for today's workshop. We have Pratiksha Anand here. She's custom engineer at Google Cloud, and she will be leading the hands-on workshop on how to build a secure MCP server on Cloud Run. So please keep your laptops ready. Please make sure that your internet connection is working. Hello. Hi, Pratiksha.
Hey, hi. So we're good to get started, right?
Yeah, we can start.
Sure. Hi, everyone. So, I think Shweta. So I'll just start with a quick intro of mine, and then we can get started. So my name is Pratiksha. I work with Google Cloud. I am a customer engineer at Google. So the agenda for today is to walk you through what exactly is MCP server. because I feel that MCP server, like while you're doing these projects, understanding of MCP server is much more important. So we will walk you through how you can host a MCP server on Cloud Run in your GenAI projects. So let me quickly share my screen. We will do a quick lab on this, and you can claim the credits, and you can set up the lab and do it along with me. Yeah. So I think there was some issue. Let me try to. Okay. So, sorry, I think there was some technical issue. I got disconnected. So I hope you all can see my screen, right? Yes. Okay. All right. So let's get started. Yeah. So I'll just quickly start with quick. We already have covered 15 minutes. So quickly run through what is MCP. And then we will give you a quick brief on Cloud Run. Some of you might already be working on Cloud Run. And then we will take you through the lab, how you can deploy this MCP server on Cloud Run basically. Right. So when we talk about MCP was introduced by Anthropic, and basically it's just a way so that you can communicate the LLMs. If you're building your own LLM, or if you're using any of the existing AI models like Gemini or any other, so you can use MCP, MCP server as a medium to sort of communicate with the other data sources or some of the APIs which are already available. So if I take an example, think of it as let's say you are building a travel application, for example, right? So or a travel agent in an application precisely. So in those cases, you would need to basically map or gather data about the flight information or the hotels, right, from a third party APIs, right? So rather than calling the APIs from multiple sources where the data is hosted. For example, if you're building a travel agent, you would need to contact multiple websites like Make My Trip or any other travel partners, right? So there you would need to contact the APIs of those travel websites to sort of gather the information, right? So when you're building an agent, your agent would be precisely talking to an LLM, right, in the backend, but your LLM would need information basically, from the third party websites essentially to gather details about the flights, the timing, source, destination. So all these data, rather than calling the APIs of those server every time, you can basically have a piece of software in between which has all these data embedded, something like a MCP server. So I will not go too much into depth for these, but it's just as a sort of a plug-in between an AI model and your third-party data sources. You can understand this for now. So quickly, what I explained to you that, for example, you have a client, right? And you need to access data from APIs. Like I gave you a travel agent example. So if it needs to talk to APIs of, for example, Make My Trip, and the example is that you are building a travel agent, right? So basically, you need to call these APIs every time, right? So in the world of AI, you can't like be writing so many APIs to call it multiple times. So rather than you put all the all those information in a middleware, you can say, which is called a MCP server, which will sort of make your task easier. Okay, so MCP server, like you have a client and a server, and there are three major things when it comes into MCP. There are three major things: tools, resources, and prompts, right? So tools are basically where you can retrieve and search the data. Resources are basically your database records. So taking the same example, if I talk about, for example, the Make My Trip agent, it has some files and the data, right? So those would be your resources, and prompt would be basically some of the templates that you would be writing for Q&A and transcript summary, things like that. So while you will be deploying this yourself in the lab right now, but yeah, these are the three major things that you need to write in and create those piece of code for your MCP server. All right, so this is about MCP server. Many of you might already be working on Cloud Run, so I will not go too much in depth in Cloud Run, but it's just a serverless way of running a piece of code. So it's very developer centric, very developer friendly, and you just need to focus on your code and not the infrastructure. It's scalable, cost optimized. There are a lot of benefits to it. So we will see how to deploy a Cloud Run and how to host this MCP server in a Cloud Run. Yeah, so it's more on the some of the benefits about the runtime and things like that. So you can run any kind of code, any containers. It can be available on demand, and you don't need to pre-provision and things like that. So I will skip this part, but I wanted to focus on the design patterns, right? When you're hosting a Cloud Run, you can basically host, you can run LangChain, Firebase, or any piece of software in this, and it has a very close integration with some of the services that Google has, like Cloud SQL for your vector DB storage, and Vertex AI for your inferencing. So yeah, so this is more on the Cloud Run side. Now I wanted to take a minute to sort of tell you why Cloud Run for MCP servers, right? So you can see that there is an MCP host, which is basically an agent, and then we have a MCP client and a server, right? So Cloud Run will, make it very make the services which you are running on the Cloud Run. It gives you a HTTPS out of the box URL, right? So you don't need to configure too much of things there. So it will make some of the tasks very, very easy for you to, configure those things. And then, some of the other benefits like scalability and all these things. Centralized server is also one of the major requirement when you are building a MCP, because if you're running it on a remote server, then it should be accessible from multiple clients, right? So these are some of the benefits of Cloud Run MCP servers being hosted on Cloud Run. Okay, so just a quick view on an AI agent is a system that uses two things, right? One is a LLM model. If you would have attended earlier sessions, I think a couple of discussions might have already went into agent and ADK models, but precisely it needs two things. One is a model to sort of generate the content for you, and then some information or some data from external systems. Like I told you, right, if you're building an agent, it will use an LLM to sort of summarize it and generate, but LLM cannot have the data, right, which you are requesting from other sources, right? So you would need a way to interact via tools, right? So this is an example of the lab that you would be doing. So this is an example of MCP server which we would be hosting here, and we would be providing the information about animals here. We will be writing a code for this here, but just kind of explaining you what we are going to do. So we will be using a Cloud Shell editor. when I'll walk you through the labs, we will be using a Cloud Shell editor where you would be configuring the MCP servers in your projects, and then you would be interacting with the Gemini. So this is my agent. This is my agent. This is my LLM, and this is my tools. Right? If you try to map it this way. So now let's see. When we are asking where are the penguins, then it says I need to call the zoo MCP server. So the details about this is on the MCP server. So it's sending a task to the LLM, which is Gemini in this case, and then it needs to reach out to the MCP server where you have hosted those data, and it will fetch you a response for this. All right, so MCP server provides Gemini with a tool to find animal species and a tool to find specific details about an animal. Right, so as I told you that it will all these details like get animal species, get animal details, it will provide. From the description of the tool, Gemini can determine which tool to use. Yeah, so like whatever the description we are giving, it can determine which tools to use. Now taking a quick look into the configurations when we are trying to configure the MCP server. So yeah, you would so here we would be basically using a fast MCP. Fast MCP is an open source MCP which is available. You can download it and you can use it. So just showing a quick view of the functions, how you can write these tools that we were talking about. Yeah, so yeah, I think it decides it needs to use a tool and asks for permissions. Then it is asking allow execution of MCP tool, and when we say yes, then it's going to reach out to the MCP server to get this information about animals and the species. Yeah, when the data is returned, Gemini can answer. So it's returning the data here about all the details about the animal, and then it goes to Gemini and it can generate a specific answer and give it back. All right, so this was about the details about some of the concepts that we would be doing. Now, I will quickly, walk you through the process of claiming the credits so that we can quickly get started for the lab. Sorry. Okay, so claiming the credits. You would need to go into this URL. Let me just copy this and paste it for you. I'll just quickly do a quick walkthrough of this, and I have put the URL in the chat. Shweta, if you can copy this and put this in the chat once for everyone. All right, so yeah, you can open this URL, and then once you open it, you have to log in using the Google ID, using the Gmail ID basically, but just make sure you are using the ID where you are not running an existing GCP account. Otherwise, you might not be able to claim the credit. So it might be best to use the personal Gmail account. Right, and then you would get an option like this where you can click and access your credits. Okay, so you need to accept and continue, and make sure you're applying for correct account. Next step would be I'll walk you through this in the console, but just while you claim this credits, I will not be able to show you that because of the account. But yeah, once you claim the credits and once you verify that in the billing, you can stop for some time. I'll walk you through the lab after that. But yeah, you can once you claim the credit, you can just simply create a project. So you can see create select a project here or create. You can use this option and create a project for you. And then so when you're creating a project, you have to link the billing account. So you will see that the GCP free trial billing account would have been created when you followed the link, and then you can click on create. So when you go into the billing console, you can see that these free trial billing credits is already showing under your account, right? So this was the process to claim the credits. I will put the link in the chat to go through the labs, and then we will do this lab together. Okay, so let me. Already used in the credits. So if you would have attended this session earlier, then it will not allow you to redeem the credits again. Then you would already have some credits available, right? So you can simply go and start the lab. If any of you has already, you know, done this lab earlier, then you will not be able to redeem it again. So in that case, you will have to, you can directly use the same project and do it again. So let me just put the link for the lab in the chat. So Shweta, if you can share this link with the team for going through the lab. Meanwhile, I will walk them through the process of going through the lab. If any of you who has already done the labs then earlier, then yeah, lab link, I think Shweta is posting it. So if you have already, yeah, the lab link is here. If you have already claimed the credit in previous labs, then you will not be able to, uh, you know, claim it again, but you would have enough credits available to do this lab again. All right, so without going further, let's quickly go through the steps. I hope every one of you has the link now. If not, then Shweta will paste the link again. But this is the link to go through the labs. We will be doing the project setup, enabling the billing and project setup, and then we will follow this lab. So parallelly, as you all have the link, so you can open this link, go to the GCP console. I have my GCP console open, so I will also parallelly try to do this lab with you. It's a very small lab. If you quickly try to do it, you will be able to easily finish it within 10 to 12 minutes, so that we have some time to go through the Q&As. So I was telling about the project. If any of you are already in the GCP console, you can click one of the project here and make sure that the billing is enabled for you. You are able to claim the credits, and you can see this. So quickly, for anyone who is not able to kind of go through the billing console and see if their projects are linked to the billing or not, you can go to the billing from here. You see the for like the hamburger menu, and you can see the billing here, and you can go to the billing account. Make sure that your projects are linked to a billing account. So if, for example, this is my console, so you can see that there are multiple projects, and the billing accounts are linked to it. So for example, you see a billing account ID linked to it, right? So you can do that, and then make sure that you have the free credits showing up as well in your console. All right, so we are in the project already. So I already have a billing enabled and my project is created. So I will move to the third step. If any of you are not there yet, then just follow the link to claim the credits. Create a new project from the dashboard. You see the dashboard here in Cloud Overview. You can create the project, and you can start working on it. Meanwhile, I'll start with the first step, which is opening a Cloud Shell editor. So there is a link here, right? And I will try to open the Cloud Shell editor link here in the in another tab. So the provisioning of Cloud Shell editor takes few seconds. You need to authorize this, and then it will start provisioning the Cloud Shell editor. Okay, so this is my terminal. Now we need to set the projects and few other things. So since the terminal is here, we will go and open the terminal here. Okay. Now, once you open the terminal, you have to set your project, right? And an important thing is that you need the project ID here. So you can set the project here and use the project ID. Sorry, it is a bit slow. Okay, now you might need to see the project ID. You need to go to the dashboard here, and there are three things: project number, project ID. Make sure you copy this project ID. Okay, so it's updated now. Now once the project ID is set, yeah, so you will see that your project is updated. Now the second step is to enable the APIs. So we need to enable the APIs, Google APIs, and the artifact registry. So let's do that. Okay, so we have enabled the APIs. The fifth step is to prepare your Python project, right? So we will use the uv and pyproject.toml file to create that. So we will create a folder with the name MCP on Cloud Run to store the source code for the deployment. Okay, so I already have a file. So now I'll create the Python project. Okay, so the project is initialized now. I will create this file. Okay, so we have set all the details in this file, like the description, the the name and the version and everything. Okay, now let's go to the main step where we are trying to create the Zoo MCP server, right? So as I told you that we would be using fast MCP, which is a standard framework for working with model context protocol, and it provides a quick way to build MCP servers and client in Python. So yeah, so we will run this command to add fast MCP as a dependency. Right, so yeah, so this is done. Now we will open this file, cloudshell-edit-server.py. So what we will do is so if you would have noted when I was presenting that we enter some details about fetching the details about the animals and things like that. So we would be creating a dictionary of animals in the zoo. If you clearly look through the code, we are creating the species name, age, what is the enclosure and everything, right? So right now you have the code ready here, so you can just copy it and mention it. But when you're trying to create it for your projects, you can definitely use this um, uh, sorry, you can definitely use this fast MCP for that, and do the configuration in a similar way, right? So yeah, this is done. I have copied this already. Now I will deploy it to the Cloud Run, right? So for deploying it to the Cloud Run, we will create a Docker file. Okay, so let's create a Docker file, and then we will include this code in the Docker file to use UV tool for running the server py file that we created, where we had added the details about the animals, right? So let's paste this and then save. Okay, now you will run this command to deploy the application to the Cloud Run. So let's deploy this application. Okay, so you can see that building containers. So it is creating a container in the backend. Okay, so yeah, so once this is done, then we will confirm that the creation of new artifact registry repository is there or not. So we will deploy from the artifact registry, right? And once that is done, then we will add the remote MCP server to Gemini CLI, and we will use Gemini CLI to query the MCP server. And when we query the MCP server, we will ask some of the details about fetching the details about the animal species, which we have already put in the MCP server. So it's creating for me, it's building the Docker file and uploading the sources, setting up the IAM policy. It's going to take few seconds. Do we need database for MCP like PostgreSQL? It depends. If you're trying to put the information on a database, you can. Right now in this example, we are creating a smaller MCP server by manually adding the details in the smaller MCP server which is hosted on Cloud Run. We don't, but you can use a database. It can use to communicate. An MCP server can communicate to multiple databases like Cloud SQL, or it can talk to any of the APIs. Can we go through the steps again? Which steps you want me to explain? Go to the when you say the credit given for previous workshop has expired, I think it has a expiry date, which is not like few days. I think it's months. So I don't know how it expired, but what I know is we can't stuck in step 2. Okay, let me go back. Okay, let's see what is step 2. So step 2 is project setup. Create a Google account, right? So you all have your Gmail account. So You don't need to use. You can use your personal account. If you have already claimed credits using one Gmail account, then if you have any other Gmail account, you can probably use that. But if you are using the same account, you may not be able to claim it again. Enable billing, right? So let me go up to the slide again uh, and see where you are stuck. So when you click on that link, right, you go and log in with your Gmail ID, and then you click here to claim the credit, right? So you see this email. If you have used one email and already claimed it, then I think you cannot claim it again. But if you have any other email, you can try that. So once you click on that, you accept and continue, and it will automatically, like once you accept and continue, you will automatically go to the GCP console like this, right? And you can create a project. So if you go here, you will, once you log into the GCP console, you can go to the welcome page or home page, and you can create a project from here, right? Yeah, so you can see this. I already have a project created, but you can go here and you can create a new project. If any of you are struggling to create a new project, you can click here, and there is an option called new project. Once you click on this new project, you can give it any name. The billing account name has to be the one which should come here, which you have already when you claim the credit, it creates a billing account here by itself, and then you can create and you can save, and it will create a billing account for you, right? So once you are there, you can just go here and you can open the editor link which is in the this step and authorize with the project ID, which is this is your project ID. It will automatically let you to go there. Anyway, so we will just finish this quickly and try to cover some of the questions that you have. So I think we were in step this. So we have already deployed this. Okay, so yeah, so let me see if it has been deployed. So we can see that my Zoo server has already been deployed, and I have a URL here, which I can see. This is my MCP server endpoint, basically, right? So now that I have a MCP server deployed on Cloud Run, I already have an endpoint ready without doing any additional configuration. Right now, I will quickly try to test it. So we will go to we will give some permissions to call the remote MCP server. Okay, and then we will save the GCP project number and environment variables. Okay, and then we will use Gemini CLI. I will not be able to cover more on Gemini CLI because of the lack of time, but it's just a command line interface, right? Which we can use to interact with the MCP server. Okay, so okay, so I already have added this. So I will save this. Now I will use the Gemini CLI to interact with the MCP server. Okay, so it is connecting now to MCP server. Now I can ask uh, some of the questions. So we will give some. We will try to list the tools. So we'll type MCP, and then I will ask one of my question, where can I find penguins? And I know that I've added these details while configuring the MCP server. So it's trying to query it. So you can see the answers here, which it is trying to fetch, and we have added these details while configuring the MCP server, right? And then there are a couple of debugging techniques like quit and then enter. Just Gemini CLI is basically, a CLI to you can interact with code assist, and you can use code assist in it, and you can interact with any of the APIs or any of the MCP servers to kind of get the answers from it. So so this is how you can essentially configure MCP server. So let me stop sharing my screen and let me try to answer some of the questions now, since we have already completed the lab part of it. So I'll just go to the bottom and see how to unlink billing account set to a wrong project. Okay, let me show you how to do that. Okay, so you go to billing, and then you go to manage billing accounts, and then you go to your projects, and then here you see three dots. Here you can change the billing ID. So essentially you need to go to billing, and in billing you will see select your billing account, go to your projects, and you can change the billing account from here. Oh, sorry, my screen is not shared. Let me share my screen. Okay, I hope it is visible now. So essentially you will go to billing, and in the billing you will see your billing account, right? So when you go to your manage billing account, you will see these list of your billing accounts, and here you will see your projects, and here you have these three dots where you can change the billing basically, and you can unlink your project. Okay, so let's it's still not visible. One second. Okay, so quickly I'll cover it again. You go to billing, and then your billing accounts, and then here you will see your projects, right? And in this you will see three dots. Here you can change the billing and unlink it. Okay, so this was about that. Let's go to other question. Running Docker in a Docker. You can try it. Maybe take a compute engine, run Docker in it, and try running Docker on top of that. You can try that. I've not but definitely give it a try. If you talk about the problem statement of student, AI tool must to make our marketplace or AI tool interoperable with existing systems. And what does existing systems mean? So marketplace or AI tool.
Prateeksha, so, this particular problem, the question that this person has, this is related to a particular problem that have been added under the student track. So
Okay.
I am sure that it was covered in the student problem statement explainer session that we had 2 to 3 weeks ago. So there are two things. Either you can check the recording again, where the speaker explained what exactly needs to be built, some use cases as well under this problem statement, or you can reach out to us on support. We will share the email in the comment section, and we'll let you know there. If you have any questions regarding the workshop that happened today, that for that Pratiksha is here to take those up. Any
Yeah.
questions to hackathon maybe or other problem statements? Either you can drop us in the comment section or you can reach out to us on email. So we will get back to you.
Yeah, I'll try to cover some more since we have 3 more minutes. Is it compulsory to use Google Cloud, Google Shell Editor, MCP server as well, the other Google tools for this project? I think if you're getting the credits, then yes, but you can deploy a MCP server anywhere. But if you are getting the credits and everything to set up the lab, so I think you should make use of it and do that. Um, and then let me just pick some more questions. The real idea is for an app, but we are building a prototype for a website for the sake of simplicity. I don't know if this question is for your project, but I think a prototype should work as per me, but maybe Shweta can comment more on it regarding this uh, hackathon that you are doing.
There is one problem statement that is lined up for professionals. That should go live this by the end of this week. We have 4 problem statements that are already live, so make sure that you check out those as well.
Yeah, for API enabling, it shows error. It might show error if your project is not linked to a billing account. So, uh, Shilpa, link your project to the billing account. It will not show you the error. Deployment failed. Uh, Deployment should not fail if you are creating a project, giving the correct project ID, linking it to a billing ID. Do we need to have our own project or we can use built-in? You can. There's no built-in project. There's one I think which is created by default. I would strongly recommend to create your own project with the name that you are doing it. WebSocket connection. Please try to troubleshoot that. Project billing not open. You are getting an error. Yeah, you have to link your project to the billing account. Uh, do we need a database for MCP like Postgres? I think already answered. This is not mandatory, but you can have a database where from where you're trying to fetch the data. You can configure that. Okay, I think we have covered most of it. Can we include more than 2 to 3 working features in our prototype? Yes, I can. I think you can. Can we deploy production ready app? We can, I think.
Uh, there is one person who asked, can we include more than 2, 3 working features in our prototype? Yes, definitely. There is one issue with step 4. I think we have covered that.
Step
Where they are
4,
saying project billing not found.
APIs. Yeah, enabling APIs will fail if there is no billing account. So that is required. Without that, it will fail. There's one question I saw while changing the billing account. It said no available billing account. but I still follow through underway. So you have to, when you claim the credits, it creates a by default a billing account, right? And when you create a new project, you have to link that billing account to it. If it is not showing you available billing account, then I don't know if we were able to get the uh, billing IDs or not. But when you when you're changing the billing account, let me quickly show it again. So let's say you are in your billing account. When you go to billing account, you should have these list of billing accounts, right? First, make sure that it shows any, like, when you claim these credits, you will get the billing account. So it should show here. And then when you are in the project, make sure you link it to that particular billing account. Okay, so do we have any videos or sessions on professional track problem statements?
Yes, for professional track problem statement, the session will be happening this Friday. Tomorrow, you will be receiving an invite email with the timing and joining link as well.
We need authentication to MCP server with agents and our UI for prototypes. So your agents will actually talk to LLM, and your LLM will sort of interact with the MCP server. So yeah, you can set a authentication. You will probably need to set up. There are like couple of code available on GitHub. Also for setting up a MCP server, though this lab was a very small, and the code that is given in this exercise is just a sample of how to do it. But I would recommend you to go through some of the code available on GitHub to sort of see how you can establish that authentication in it. Do we have to use only Google AI products, or we can use some third party? I think I already answered this. Since you have the credits, then you can use these for free. Some of the services, as I explained, are excellent to use, especially Gemini and Vertex AI, and the ADK. If you have attended the ADK session, the uh, ADK is again an excellent tool. And now that you can add some more value by adding an MCP server to it, a Vertex AI platform, the databases, all these have a very quick integration in the entire system that you are building. So definitely some of the AI services from Google will help you. Okay, I think we are already on top of time. Shweta, anything else, or we're good to drop?
Okay. The submission template says that's a suggestion that at least 2 3 working features should be there. If you want to submit a full-fledged product, please do that. If you want to add more features or maybe more like backend functioning as well, you can add that as well. But the bare minimum requirement is that at least 2 to 3 features should be working off your prototype. You cannot combine two problem statement for the project. Each project, one team has to select one problem statement and submit one solution. You have to use Google AI tools, and I believe these are the recent questions. For rest of the questions, please reach out to us either on Discord or on email. We will be happy to get you back. And for today, thank you so much for joining us today. To all the participants and to our speaker as well. Thank you so much, Pratiksha, for your time.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.